The Lions made a signing. We're going to get into that player, what it means for the Lions defense, because that's where he's coming from. What does it mean for Detroit Lions roster going forward? It's going to get into that and the best available on day 3 of free agency. Let's get this started right now. If you like Lions content, smash that like button. Why is that? Because the more likes we get, the happier Chat Sports is at me, and I don't like them getting mad because that's cheeks. Folks, Lions made a signing, and we needed help on the defensive line, and they got a depth player right there, and that is Roy Lopez, formerly of the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, indeed. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, the Detroit Lions are signing nose tackle Roy Lopez to a one-year contract worth $4.65 million. Lopez was drafted in the 6th round of the 2021 NFL Draft by the Houston Texans, started 29 games during his first 2 seasons in the NFL. During the 2023 training camp, Lopez was waived with an injury settlement and later joined the Arizona Cardinals. During his 2 seasons in the desert, Lopez started another 21 games, including all 16 games he played the last season. At 6'2" and 318 pounds, Lopez lines up primarily as your tech, primary low nose tackle, and is better run defender than pass rusher. Over his career, he's averaging 35 tackles per season, but as a pass rusher, he has only accumulated 3 sacks and 60 career pressures per PFF. Though his PFF grades aren't anything special, but they rarely are for a nose tackle. A little bit more about Mr. Roy Lopez, 6'1", 304 pounds, 27 years old. And what did he do last season? 10 solo tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 0 interceptions. According to I got an interception right there. He is a defensive lineman. Again, his contract is a 1-year deal. We don't know what the guarantees are, but it's $4.65 million. Question for you. Grade the signing. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. There's nothing wrong with doing a depth signing. That's exactly what this is. And we need depth along the interior defensive line. He's going to be going in and out and rotating with DJ Reader, and that's going to be a good thing. We need to have depth. Ali McNeil is probably not going to be playing in the first 8 weeks of the season, and we still need depth even before his injury. So he's going to bring that to Detroit and to the Lions, and so that's a good thing. So this is not a big signing, a national media signing. This is not a signing that necessarily is going to take all the headlines, but it's one that was needed because we needed interior defensive line. That is just a fact on facts right there. And so they'll continue to do that, and I fully expect the Lions to look for more defensive linemen and to build depth upon that bad boy. Let's go to Mike Payton from A to Z Sports. Just did an article here talking about his best available. Let's go ahead and jump into this right now. He's got Azeez Ojulari, and for sure, he is one I would be looking at, no doubt about it. Pass rusher, we need him on this football team. We've been talking about pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher. Same with Matthew Judon. Still not going to stop until we get one. Doesn't necessarily need to be the biggest name in the world, but we need to get some players. Matthew Judon's one I was told to keep an eye on. Obviously, that would be a nice one there. K'Lavon Chaisson. Again, another pass rusher waiting for on the market. See what happens right there. When are we going to bring back Kevin Zeitler? We need to bring Kevin Zeitler back, and hopefully he's back relatively sooner than later. He's a big piece to the Lions' offensive line. 100%. I thought he'd be re-signed by now, so hopefully we get that coming shortly and getting news about some of the re-signs that we need to have. And Zeitler is one of those guys that we need to be waiting for. Brandon Scherf, again, that's going to be in contrast to the Zeitler move. They wouldn't bring both back. Mekhi Becton, I doubt it. Keenan Allen, again, I don't think the Lions are going to go with an older veteran like him at the wide receiver position. Maybe they wanted to go with another wide receiver, and we can talk about that in a minute. Damar Hamlin, we do need a safety. Afutu Melifon went to the Miami Dolphins yesterday. Damar Hamlin would be a backup safety, and we're looking for one backup. Now, it could be a guy like him, or they could just go to the NFL draft. Levi Muzurike, a player we want to bring back. Now, I know the fan base is split on this, but I'm not. I think at a fair deal, you bring Levi back. That really helps that defensive line out. We just got Roy Lopez. Beef it up with Levi. We developed him. He had a rough beginning to his career, but now being healthy, let's go ahead and have the benefits of that. Rayshon Jenkins, safety as well. Same type of deal right there. Grade Lions free agency right now. Just grade the free agency. A, B, C, D, or F. What do you have for Lions free agency right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about a player that's going to be released, and that is Cooper Kupp. Could the Detroit Lions look to sign Cooper Kupp when released by the Los Angeles Rams? He couldn't get a trade done. We're talking about the Rams, and so they're going to release him. Now, when it comes to Cooper Kupp, sure, in theory, I'd love to have him on this team. And number 3, my God, wouldn't that just be utterly ridiculous? You pair him back up with Jared Goff. We still don't got Tim Patrick back. They could bring him back. But, man, your wide receiver core is at a significantly higher advantage, and I think it'd be in a better position when we talk about number 3. The problem with Cooper Kupp is not just adding him, and I think that could be, that'd be great. But there's going to be teams out there, they're big teams. We're talking about teams that don't have any sort of wide receiver that would like to throw money to get a wide receiver on the open market. They don't have to trade for it, they just got to pay. Lions aren't willing to pay big money, I don't believe. And compared to teams that really have needs at wide receiver, the Carolina Panthers have a significant need at the wide receiver position. There is a ton of teams out there that need that. As soon as he hits the market, I'm going to expect those teams out there are going to throw and push money towards a Cooper Kupp to land him. But hey, maybe he's different. Maybe he's like, you know what, I want to be on a Super Bowl contender and reunite with Jared Goff. That would be dope. I don't see it to be happening. I would like for the Lions to bring back a Tim Patrick, have the Patrick Star back, be a cheap deal. It's not going to cost you a lot of money. But if you're wanting to get better, look, I have no problem, but I just don't see us doing that because we have been very frugal with our money. We're not being hardcore with the money right now, and so I just don't see it happen, but I'd love it. Speaking of rumors, and we've just talked about this, one just popped up while I was recording. I literally just stopped the video to get it. And this just came up. It says the Detroit Lions are set to pursue veteran pass rusher Matthew Judon with a potential $4 million deal to bolster the defense and deepen the pass rush. This is literally happened while I was recording this video, and I hope this rumor is true. I truly do, because we just talked about in the video. And I would love for this to occur. I think this would be a fantastic option for Detroit to get a Matthew Judon. It makes sense, right? You get a Matthew Judon, you go in the draft, get a young guy. Now you have some depth there. Now you're getting a little bit more relief to this defensive line that's been depleted, because it's been depleted. Let's keep it a buck, right? We lose Zadarius Smith. We had a ton of injuries, and we're relying on some of these guys to come back, and relying that what has happened in the past won't happen again, but we can't do that. And so they needed to bring in some veteran help. This is good rumor. This is a great rumor that just popped up, and I hope it to be true. Matthew Judon can bring some help, some real legit help to this defensive line. And I got to keep it a buck. If you're being told that the Lions don't need veteran help, that we just need fully to go to the NFL draft, I think that's BS. I think it's homer talk. The Lions do need veteran help. and they do need bodies on this defensive line. We clearly seen it. It is not just for what we have. There is going to be injuries, and we know this throughout the season. You got to have the bodies there, and you got to have waves. It's fourth quarter. Players are tired. You need to have more bodies there to keep throwing those pass rushers at them. And Judon, he can help out Detroit. He can absolutely help out Detroit. You'd have him, Davenport, you have, potentially Broken. You have the draft pick right there, and Joshua Pascal, who can play along the whole defensive line. That's much better. I'm feeling better about that depth right there. And they may double up in the draft. If they do that, then I'm feeling really good. Look, I've been saying it all offseason. All offseason that the Lions were going to get this defensive line upgraded. This is great news. I hope this to be true. I could not tell you because it literally just came up while I was recording. So, man, if this does occur, I will be dropping a video, obviously the breaking news video, just like I did this one with the Lions signing defensive lineman. Keep updating on here, as who knows what's going to be happening. This literally just happened while I was getting this done. See, this pops up. So I'm trying to stay up to date. That's why my videos have been a little bit off. I'm doing multiple videos today, so you're going to want to stay with the channel for sure as we get the latest breaking news. Hey, man. It's just been crazy. So let us know your thoughts about this latest rumor that the Lions could be looking towards Matthew Judon. With that said, folks, adios.